were there in our nature, that's why we have created the poetry. Now he's giving the reasons. So the first thing what he says that by nature, man is an imitative animal. Man is imitative animal. Right? He said man is basically an imitative animal. Imitative animal means we imitate. As a child is there, at the age of from the babyhood, what we do? We imitate whatever our elders do. How they eat, we start eating like that. We imitate them. How they talk, we start talking like that by imitating them. How they have different types of activities. We start doing those activities by imitating them. So by nature we are imitative animals. That's why. And what is poetry? Poetry is also imitation, right? He is giving the reason. One reason is the man is imitative animal, and it is the most imitative animal among other animals. Other animals do not imitate that much as much human beings imitate. Right? So this reason he is given that the seed of this imitation is there in our nature. Because we start, after the taking birth, we start imitating the things. We start imitating our elders, we start imitating our siblings, we start imitating our parents, and in this way we are imitative animal. That's why we have created the poetry. Achha, second thing what he says. Man by nature, the second point, man by nature takes pleasure. Man by nature takes pleasure in the work of imitation. Man by nature takes pleasure in the work of imitation. Right? What does it mean? It means we take pleasure in the works of imitation. Here he did not say we take pleasure in imitation. He said in the work of imitation. We take pleasure in the work of imitation. How? Well, how? Don't we enjoy poetry? Poetry is work of imitation. We enjoy it. Even when something becomes the work of poetry, so that thing which seems very ugly to us, which we cannot like in real life, but when it becomes the work of imitation, we start liking that thing. We see pleasure in that thing. Getting it? The work of imitation is a source of pleasure for human beings, right? If even we do enjoy those things which in our normal life, in our daily life, we cannot enjoy. But when they become the work of imitation, we start enjoying them. Let's take the example of, let's say some very bad thing happened, like death of someone. Death of someone. If that thing is there, God forbid, at someone's home, God forbid, of some very close one, will we ever enjoy that thing? Not at all. But if we see the same thing in a movie, enjoy it. Even though we feel pain for them, we feel pity for them, going somewhere and we just come across an accident. We see the accident of someone, blood is there, people are wounded. Will we ever enjoy that thing? And then the same thing would be there in a drama. What do? We will feel pity for them. We will feel pity for the people who have got accident, but we will enjoy that pity, the feeling of pity. We will get pleasure from those feelings. Yes or no? Yes. So, by this way, he says that men take pleasure in the work of imitation. That's why means the seed is there. Yes? Yes. That's why he had created the poetry. The poetry has taken birth. Third point, what he says. He says that the work of imitation, the work of imitation aids work of imitation aids to our understanding, to our understanding. It increases our understanding. It increases the work of art, increases our understanding. It adds to our understanding. I have forgotten what I said. The work of art adds.
The work of imitation
adds to our understanding. Yeah. You can write in your own words, like it's a thing there. And what does it mean? He said that work of imitation it increases our understanding. Can you guess how? Yeah. What is there? Like it aids to our understanding in this way that, let me give you the example. For example, there is someone, that we have discussed this thing too. Yeah. Someone is suffering from some pain. We will never be able to feel the pain of that person. Right? We will never be able to. But if we see in some work of imitation the same person, such character who's feeling, who's going through that sadness, feeling and whatsoever, so what will happen? We will start relating and we will start understanding the thing. We will start understanding the feeling of that person who's sitting next to me. Yes or no? By watching some work of imitation. Even the different things, like when we watch the work of imitation and we go through the work of imitation, so many such things are there which we would never be able to understand in our lives. But when we look at that work of imitation, whether it is drama, whether it is poetry, whatsoever, so we start. It aids into our knowledge. It aids into our understanding. We start understanding the things more better way. Getting me? So this was the third point. That's why this poetry aids into understanding of us.
मैडम नवाब घर में दो साथी बेकरी में चले जाते हैं, कुछ खाना खाते हैं, पेस्ट्री वगैरह, तो जो लैंडलॉर्ड होते हैं उनसे कहते हैं कि पैसे दे दो। वो कहते हैं मेरे पास ज़मीनें हैं लेकिन पैसे नहीं है। जितने भी लैंडलॉर्ड होते हैं तो वो अपने बच्चों के ऊपर अपने लाइफ को फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए नहीं करते, बस उनके साथ सिर्फ ज़मीनें होती हैं। राइट। तो मेरे पास ज़मीन है लेकिन पैसे नहीं है। तुम दे दो पैसे।
अच्छा जी। So what it does basically, it gives insight within the different thing. It gives the work of imitation gives insight. Insight in what? Insight into different circumstances. Insight into different type of situations, which we could not understood if we would not have been looking the work of imitation. Achha, what is the last thing he said? He says that it is natural. It is natural for a man. It is natural for a man to take pleasure. To take pleasure in rhythm and melody. Right? What he said? He said that it is natural for man to take pleasure in rhythm and melody. Why he says it? Like simple thing in the start of Sarkar said that when he starts singing in front of a child, what he does? He just stops trying and starts listening. Yes or no? You keep on saying so many things in front of him, he will not pay attention. But the time you start singing some rhyme even, when you add melody and rhythm in your speech, the child stops crying and starts listening to you. He gets attentive to you. Yes or no? So melody and rhythm is in our nature. The child, no one has told the child what the rhythm is, what the melody is. But whenever he listens something which is melodious, which has rhythm in it, he starts paying attention. Yes? So the same very thing, this he uses as a reason that this melody, this rhythm, even when we go up, we always find pleasure and rhythm and melody. If we don't go toward the music, let's take the example of recitation. The person who's reciting more rhythmic way, we take pleasure in that thing. We get attracted to that thing. Yes or no? So this melody and rhythm is there in our nature too. By nature we like it. We take pleasure from it. So that's why what is this rhythm and melody is a part of what? Poetry. Yes or no? This rhythm and melody is a part of this text, poetry. So what is there when we do? As it is there in our nature, so we have put this melody and rhythm in the poetry. So poetry is made. Yes. So this is what he says. These are the 4 reasons he gives about the origin and birth of poetry. First, what he said? He said that this is something natural. The seed is there in our nature. Right? That's why we have created the poetry. Then he gave the reason. Right? What the reasons were? First reason was imitative. We are imitative by nature. So we have created. Second was yeah. Then by nature takes pleasure in the course of imitation. Third, aids for understanding, and at the last he said that takes pleasure in. It is natural for men to take pleasure in melody and rhythm. Fine, good. Acha. Now come to the next point. Growth and development of poetry. Acha. Before talking about the growth and development, what the Aristotle has said about the growth and development. Acha. of this poetry, again come to the journal philosophy of Aristotle. What we have talked about journal philosophy of him, one point we have discussed. What was that?
famous poetry.
Not poetry, journal. Yeah, fine. We have talked about this thing when we have talked about the journal philosophy of him. The journal philosophy was that whatever is created by man, the seed was there. Say, when it comes to journal philosophy again, another point which we generally believe in, he says that every institution, every organization whatsoever, they all are like living organisms. Whether it is poetry, whether it is political system, whether it is religion, they all are like living organisms. Getting it? Living organism, like living organism, they do have different parts.
Yes.
As the living organism has, political system do have such things, such parts. Religion also has. And he says that as a living organism take birth, then there is his infancy age. From infancy he comes to a younger age, means the youth. Youth comes. After youth, what happens? Maturity comes. And after maturity, what happens? Decline comes. And after decline, death. Yes? This is the life cycle of a living organism. Not everything, whatever, whether it is weed people, whether it is some plant, whether it is some amoeba, whether it is some like animal, whatever living organism is there, they do have certain stages of life. They pass through some developmental stages. So the same case is there according to Aristotle. Every institution, they are like living organisms. They take birth, they pass through different stages, and eventually they die. Yes? Point is clear or not? Like, let me give you the example of, like, let's say political system. Some political system, it like becomes like very, it takes birth like due to some circumstance in the political system. Let's say dictatorship take birth, right? And democracy take birth. The people enjoy democracy till a stage, right? And then what happens? Like people start disagreeing with whatever with the rules or whatsoever and start declining, and then it finishes. The same thing is true for everything. So poetry also is like an organism, right? So what are the different stages it has passed through? We have talked about its birth. We have talked about its birth, how it has taken place. So from different developmental stages, from which developmental stages it has been going through. We are going to talk about that thing. According to Aristotle, what do you think? He thinks that poet is like a mother. It gives birth to the poetry. Right? Then what happens to the poetry? Poetry, it has seen its infancy, it has seen its youth, it will go to its maturity, and at the end it will die too, as the other institution. Okay? So what was its infancy? Actually, one thing he always says that from the very early time, the poetry is divided into two classes. What are the two classes? Serious and non-serious. Serious and non-serious, basically. Right? So he said it has taken birth somewhere in the Greek times. Right? In Greek times, in Greeks, you know, people have gone through the poetry. No one has done poetry. Poetry is a subject.
No, sir, I discussed a little bit of classical poetry and romantic poetry.
Okay, you have not read it as a subject. And when we talk about the poetry, so mostly it is believed, rather it is like history, that poetry has taken place in the form of hymns. When we praise the God. Huh? So the earliest poetry, what was there? That in early times, what was there? The people, the poets, they used to use the poetry to praise the God. Getting it? The form of hymns. I believe hymns, which we call hymns. It was the infancy period of poetry. The poetry was used to praise the God, right? When they met in some gatherings, so they start praising the God. So in this way, they put the they started praying or something like that, so that the melody has come in their words and the things have become melodious. The hymns or whatever type of praises they used to give to their God, it has become melodious. So it was the first stage of poetry. Right? It was the first stage. It was the infancy of poetry. As the child takes birth and he is in very young age. This was the first stage of poetry. Point is clear?
Yes.
What is not clear also? But this development of poetry. See, simply he said that everything has different stages. It takes birth, then as a child takes birth, infancy is youth, maturity, that. In the same way, he's talking about the poetry. He said that poetry takes birth. The first infancy stage of the poetry was when? It was when in the early times people used to meet with each other. People used to meet on some religious occasion, let's say. Huh? So they used to pray, and they used to praise their gods, whoever were their gods. So with the time, the melody came into those prayers, and those praises, whatever type of words they use for the God and whatsoever, to praise God. So when the melody came in that, so they become melodious. So the poetry, it was the infancy stage of poetry. The poetry had just taken birth, and it was the infancy stage of poetry. Now the point is clear? Where are we? No? Clear? Okay, fine. No?
Okay.
Let's take the example of a baby. Baby takes birth, and then what is the next stage? Infancy stage, no? Infancy stage is there, when the child is not adult whatsoever. Then comes the youth, right? Then comes what? Maturity. And then comes death or decline. These are the stages of any living organism's life now. These are the stages now. So he said the same stages poetry has also gone through. What was his infancy stage? It was in the very early time when the people they used to meet on some religious occasions. They used to pray gods, but whoever were their gods, we are not concerned. Huh?
Yeah.
So what they used to do, they used to praise. Now what we do? What is there in hum? We praise Allah, na?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the same way they started praying like that. And how is hum? Isn't it melodious?
Yeah, melodious.
Yes.
Hum is melodious. Na? The same way they people people also started using the hands. Getting me? So that stage was the infancy stage of poetry. Now the point is clear. Yes?
Yes.
Acha. Then he said, youth came. What was the youth of poetry then? He said that youth of poetry was there when the epic came. Epic poems. What was in infancy? In infancy, they were concerned with the God. They used to praise the God or whatsoever. Only the poetry was limited to that very thing. Then when the youth came, means what happens in the youth? In youth, we are like very vigorous, we are very energetic. Yes or no? So in youth, what happens? Epic came on the horizon. Now, what is epic? In epic, they used to praise their heroes. They used to talk about their heroes. They used to talk about the deeds of bravery, deeds of their heroes. Yes, their heroes are gods even. Epic basically is a long narrative poem. It is a long narrative poem in which what is narrated? In which the deeds of some heroes are narrated. Heroic deeds of gods are narrated. Getting me? Yes? Yes or no?
There's an Islamic philosophy, not.
No, not. Epic. Have you gone to Paradise Lost?
Yeah.
Okay, subject you have not. So what is there? Let me tell you. What is there? There is a story. There is a story of Satan. That how Satan had got fight with the God, how he disobeyed the God, he was thrown on the earth, that why he started a rebellion against God, how he had made the people stray from the right path and whatsoever. So means about some key stories there. That is epic. Getting it? So when a story, the whole story about the gods, the good deeds of some heroes, they are all heroes, the Greek heroes, the Roman heroes, whoever. When they talk about their stories, that is epic. So that time, according to Aristotle, was the youth of poetry when they started creating the epics. Point well. Here, there were two types of epics. Epics were serious and non-serious both. Serious epic and comic epic. So the people who were interested in serious deeds, who were interested in the serious aspect of the men, they wrote the serious epic. Who were not, they wrote the comic epic. The division of poetry. Right? Acha.
Excuse me. Can you repeat this last one?
The same thing, the serious point, whoever wrote the serious thing, there were serious poetry epics and who were not interested in serious aspect of life, so they wrote the comic epic. Is the point clear? The thing was same, epic, it was long narrative poem, but the subject matter was non-serious. Is the point clear? Acha. Then what happened? According to him, it came to its maturity. And in maturity, drama appeared. According to him, drama is the perfect form of poetry. Right? Drama is the perfect form of poetry. And maturity, what we do? When we get mature, what we start doing? We start doing some mature things. same thing happens that when the poetry came to maturity, drama appeared on the horizon. Okay? And drama is the highest, according to him, it is the highest form of the poetry. It is very mature form of the poetry. And after that, after maturity, what happens? After maturity, what happens?
Decline starts.
Decline starts. Then there is no chance for any other development. Yes or no?
Yes.
So the same thing he relates to the poetry. He says that drama was the peak, drama was the height of poetry, and after that decline would have started. Means no new thing has been produced. Is there any new thing produced after drama? No. In the poetry, drama was the highest point of poetry, and after that decline started. Getting me? Acha. So here what he says, as youth is better than infancy, yes or no?
Yes.
So what was there? That very era where the epic has produced, this era of poetry was better than the first era where only the hymns were produced. Then came the drama, so it means it was better than the epic. Yes, and then of course the decline has started. Means it will come to that one. Because nothing new has been produced. Nothing new. It was a peak. Now nothing new has been produced. Is the point clear? Yes?
Yes.
The development and growth of poetry is clear. Achha, what he said? He said that after those Greek people, Euripides was the Greek dramatist, right? Euripides. After this man, drama has started declining. Like drama did not see any further development after this period.
Status or
Euripides. Pides. D-I-S. Pides. Spelling I'm telling you, just don't write there. E-U-R-I-P-I-D-E-S. Don't write it. I'm telling you the spelling. Just write the spellings. E-U-R-I-P-I-D-E-S. Right? For heaven's sake. Achha, it is. I forgot it. Where was it? E-U-R-I-P-I-D-E-S. Right? After this person, he sees the decline. According to Aristotle, the decline of poetry, decline of drama is starting because no further improvement have been seen after that. Right? So this was about the.
Since after the Greek people's was
There was a decline of drama. There was decline of drama. Like nothing new has been produced. Like there's no no room has left for improvement. So when there is no room for improvement, so I already like decline would automatically decline will start.
That may be also a matter of the peak of drama or poetry, this stage,
Yeah.
when the decline starts.
Yeah, after that, decline started. After that, produced after that. It would be like known as some standard. Acha ji. So he called drama, what he called it, he called it the highest form of poetry. Right. Now come to the drama. No, we have to do it because we have wasted 2 classes if you remember. No, we have to complete it. अच्छा जी. अच्छा. So what he says about the development of drama. Poetry song. When we are having the next class? Tomorrow? Achha, okay. Now come to the development of drama. Development of drama. This is our 5th week. Is this our 5th week or 4th week? 4th one. Okay, fine. Sure? 5th? Okay, fine. अच्छा चलिए okay fine whatever. अच्छा जी. So now we have come to 4th week. अच्छा जी. The development of drama. How the drama has developed. Now let's see. Drama, which is the highest form of poetry according to Aristotle, how it has got developed. Right? It has also seen different stages. And this thing is called, drama is called the most perfect form of literary art. Drama is considered as the most perfect form of literary art.
Most perfect form.
Of literary art. Literature. Acha. What the Aristotle says, like he finds the like roots of this drama from where in the Greece, right? Greece. Find its roots in the Greece. What he says that like what the thing is, drama has started basically with it started in some religious festival, and that festival was related to Dionysus. He was a god. Dionysus was the god. He was the god. Right? Acha, what was there? The people, this god, this Dionysus, he was like, this god did not belong to like Greeks. He had come to Greece from some east. And what was there? This god, according to them, this god was like killed by someone, but he again came to life. Right? He was killed by someone, but he again came to the world. This God. Right? According to them, according to Greek people. Achha. They believe that this God, when he was killed, so he came back to the life again, he came to the world. So, in the season of spring, once in a year, In the season of spring, they used to gather to celebrate his coming back to the world. To celebrate like his death and then again coming back to this event. This event of his coming back to the earth. Getting me? If you trace back the Christians also do believe that Jesus is alive and when you are killed, so he again came to life whatsoever. So this is something like that, right? So they believe that this God, the Dionysus, he had came back to the life, and they used to gather once in a year in the season of spring to celebrate this event.
Which event?
The event of his coming back, right? Is it clear? Yes. In this event, what they used to do, they used to celebrate. They used to eat bread, piece of bread, and wine, and they used to think that they are eating the meat or flesh of that God, and they are drinking his blood now. But like some religious purposes, right? At that occasion, when they used to meet, they had this type of festival when they used to meet. So what they used to do, they sing. They used to sing about Dionysus. Getting? They used to sing as well as they sing with the gestures, with the movement. Getting? Like if you relate it to the Indian dramas, when they celebrate their dramas and whatsoever, so they they made dramas on that, then the Ram has gone somewhere and then Sita is doing this and that, this type of thing. It was not that form, that is the very highest form of the drama, and it is just the beginning. In the beginning, the people used to meet, they used to celebrate this occasion, and at that occasion they used to sing about that Dionysus, and they sing with the gestures, with the body movement. So this was the start of drama. When someone is standing there and the person is singing as well as he is making some gestures, he is making some body movements, so what is it? The start of drama, na? Getting me? Yes?
Yes.
Acha. This was the first stage. You can give it the first stage. What was the first stage? Dionysus and whatsoever. The whole story which I have told you. This was the first stage. Right? So what was there in first stage? But in first stage, I'm again repeating, the group of people, they used to sing about the Dionysus, his life, his death, and then his coming back. Right? Now in second stage, what has happened? And that group of people who used to sing, they were called chorus. Okay? They were chorus. The group of people who used to sing, that was called chorus. Then what happened in the second stage? Second stage came. That was first stage. Now in second stage, what happened? The second stage of drama. In first stage only chorus was there, and in the next stage, leader of the chorus. As the chorus was there, people were there, so one person from the chorus, it got separated. It got separated. The leader, you can say, leader of the chorus was separated from the chorus. Leader of the chorus was separated from the chorus, and dialogue has started between chorus and the leader. The leader of the chorus has separated, right? And after that, dialogue has started. Now, it was not the scene that only chorus is singing, chorus is dancing. It was not like that. Now, the leader has got separated. So now, there started the dialogue between the leader and the chorus. Getting it? Now, chorus used to ask the question and leader used to give the answer of the question. Though it was about the diagnosis, whatsoever. Getting it?
Who asked the questions?
Chorus. Chorus means a group of people who used to dance there, who used to sing there. In the first stage, only chorus was there, means group of people were there who used to sing. In the second stage, leader separated from it. Now the chorus used to ask questions, leader was replying. So dialogue has started. Achha. Then comes the third stage. Third stage. Just note this name, Tactics. Tactics. This was a person. This person tested. He was the person, he was a playwright, you can say, who had introduced in this all thing a new actor. He introduced one actor. This is third stage. An actor has been introduced in the chorus and leader. Right? What was there? In the first stage, only chorus was there. It was singing. Then leader got separated, dialogue started. And then this aspect started writing. He introduced a new actor, one actor in it. Right? Now what the case was? The same. The thing was the diagnosis. They used to talk about the diagnosis, but what the thing was? Now the chorus used to ask the question, leader was replying, and the actor along with leader used to act. Getting it? So this was the introduction of first actor. Then comes the escalier, the fourth stage. Fourth stage. Here note another name. Escalier. It is also called escaliers or escalier. Not A-E, I'm writing again. This person, career, he was another playwright, right? He was again another playwright. What he did? He introduced a second actor. In the fourth stage, second actor was introduced. In third, one actor was introduced now. In fourth stage, second actor is introduced. Now the actors become two. Right? So what is it? It increased the magnitude of the drama and the dramatic part was increased. Dramatic part was increased. Dramatic and choral part. What does it mean? Choral part means what the chorus used to do. The singing part. Dramatic part, the dialogue. The acting. Right? So as the second actor was introduced, so automatically dramatic part was increased. Dramatic part has become more important. He made dramatic part more important than choral part. Than choral part. And then after that, secondly, what he did more, he introduced the mask. Masks, okay? The actors started wearing masks on their faces. He introduced masks, dresses, shoes. Right? A proper drama means, huh? Masks are started using. They